Hello, Moment friends! Andang here for another episode of the Epic Story. When we last left off, we were supposed to go and find the camp for where Thrim's at, and guess what? We did, and there is Thrym Redbeard in the distance. And now the quest wants us to go and find the possibly haunted fishing town, which is what we're getting ready to go and do. So I have to say, I forgot how much I like just Wildermore in general, the whole concept of it. It allowed Turbine to be really creative, and I think any game development team needs to have something to change up what they've been doing. They can't just keep making the same kind of content over and over again, or they themselves get tired of it. Not only do the players get tired of it, but they themselves get tired of it. And so I'm glad that they were given the chance to do something creative that allowed them to branch out beyond what they would normally be doing. That being said, it is lore breaking. But it is interesting from watching some like the behind the scenes stuff and some of their forum posts and things like that, where they actually took references from various places throughout Europe that Tolkien might have actually taken from, like various stories and mythologies about, you know, a giant that is basically causing winter to happen. Is actually a huge part of certain groups of mythologies, and so it actually makes sense that this type of thing would be in the world of Tolkien. It's just that it never made its way into it, so it seems kind of lore-breaking. Alright. Let us see what is going on with this haunted village, quote unquote. Discovered Fiskworth. Okay. Blah blah blah, don't care. I love how he still stays at the end of the dock, even though the dock is frozen. That's hilarious. This fishing village seems to be abandoned. What secrets does it retain? Well, let's head back the other direction and find out by going back to Skyfling and talking with Widfara. Alright. And let's see here. We did get a bunch of extra, like, higher level 80 loot boxes. Don't know how that happened. It wasn't loot box weekend. It just kind of came about. So anyway, there is Skyfing as we break all our legs. Alright. Pretty sure our horse's legs were broken so badly that we started to break our own. Just such a big fall. Alright. Garsig, let us pass. Okay, so I think we actually need to go up this way. I wish that there was a smaller map of this place. Nope, actually that was completely wrong. But we shall make it.
Thank you for doing some good in the rigging downs, my new friend.
These people have experienced much hardship, and I fear that I may have given speed to some of the dangers that threaten them. I was riding in the high knolls with my companions when a blizzard closed in. The snow was blinding and the wind fierce, and I dismounted to see some measure of shelter. No sooner had my boots touched the ground than a great darkness fell upon me, and a tremendous shape towered over my poor horse, Windfoot. I stumbled away, falling into a great drift of snow. It saved my life. Windfire stares straight ahead, his expression haunted. Above the tumult, I could hear the sound of Nurzum at feast. He made a meal of my poor Windfoot, and only when he had finished and moved away among the crags did I see that my companions were missing. Of Ledwig there was no sign, but I do not think Harding's son was spared. I made slowly way by foot back here to Skyfling, but if he were alive, he would have done the same. That is my tale. I hope only that Nurzum is not drawn here by my presence to threaten the people of Skyfling. Skyfig.
This creature Nurzum must be of enormous size.
I listened to Windfara's tale, as did you, but it raised more questions than we had before. This creature Nerzum must have been of enormous size, if he had overpowered a horse of Rohan. He must be clad in thick fur to move comfortably in the midst of such a snowstorm as Windfara related. Whether his attack was caused by need or sport is unclear to me, but the size of his appetite is less mysterious. It is large, and not easily sated. I believe Nerzum to be a large snow beast of sort that frequents the Misty Mountains. How he came to this area of Rohan I cannot guess. Gordon looks up from the musings with a puzzled expression. Where is Glirwine? I have not seen him since we arrived. If dangers such as Nerzum stalk Wildermore, we should stay together for safety. I hope Glirwine is not thought to leave Skylfig. Alright. Find Glirwine somewhere inside the city. Okay. Looks like that the red quest ring is pointing me this way. Let's talk, buddy. I'm so glad we are 81 now.
There is no fool like an old man thinking to rediscover the joys of his youth.
Glirwine appears to be in a great deal of distress, and his eyes are full of sadness.
Oh, Andang, there is no fool like an old man thinking to rediscover the joys of his youth. What happened to Wildermore in the years since I left her? The land of my childhood was a sunny place of fields and blue rivers, not this den of relentless sorrow. It was not home to such terrors as this monstrous Nerzum, bringing death so quickly and without warning. What happened to the land I remember?
Glirwine hastily wipes the tears away.
Pay no attention to an old sad man, Stafting. I will not despair. My concern not be that these troubles have happened to my childhood homeland. It must be that these troubles could move south and threaten the rest of Rohan. We will help the people of Wildermore, even though I just met you and can't really speak for you, and by helping them we will help even Theoden King. Though he not ask for, nor trust such help. Thank you for this talk, my friend. I just need to hear these things aloud.
No problem, Glirwine. Alright, let us see here. King Lear. Alright, moving along. Let's make our way back over to Horn. What is he wearing? Alright.
Sometimes that is all it takes, is it not? Time? Time to think?
Indeed. So Glirwine's time to himself helped him find some measure of peace? I am glad. Horn's expression grows distant, and he seems to be speaking more to himself than to you. Sometimes that's all it takes, is it not? Time to think. It could be like that for any of us, only to return renewed and with greater purpose. I hope it is so. Horn seems to notice you are still looking at him expectantly, and he suddenly turns red. Ah, yes, I am glad Glirwine is feeling better. What should we do now?
Rohan cannot have a Wildermore-shaped gap in its northern defenses.
No kidding. Alright. While you were away, I spoke with some of the townspeople. Their accounts differ in many respects. Nerzum's height and description, the time at which he first appeared, the places he seems to haunt. All of these differ. Everyone seems to disagree on 2 points. First, that Nerzum is dangerous and must be destroyed if Wildermore is to survive. And second, Reeve Garwig seems completely incapable of dealing with this threat. I hope that is not so. But if it is true, that the Reeve of Wildermore cannot protect his people. Something must be done. Theoden King will need all of his allies in the days ahead, even if he does not see it, and Rohan cannot have a Wildermore-shaped gap in its northern defenses. Reeve Garwig makes his home in the town of Forlaw, to the north of Skeflig, on the southernmost tip of the Isingmere. Let us travel to his mead hall, and see what plans he has made for combating Nurzim and aiding his people. Alright, well, we have a new plan to make our way all the way over to the capital city here in Wildermore. Alright, we need to slow down to get out of the city, it would seem. Like, first of all, figuring out the right way out. Alright, here we go. On to talk to the Reeve. So we are already basically done with Chapter 5 once we travel over there. So this is fairly quick moving. There is a lot that goes on in the side quests. The epic story itself does not have too much story in Wildermore, which I kind of like that the side quests came up to be this awesome story, and the epic story in this still has really nice moments. But I wish it was a little bit more connected, or they were a little bit more separate, so that it was, you could understand the story better on either side. Alright, well, it is a long way over to this city. Let's see here, what quest did we get? Face the cold, defeat Frostgrims. Alright, no thank you. And defeat this small fellowship enemy, and you actually get boxes, since this is kind of sort of like the first, well, I guess warbands were in Core Rohan, weren't they? Never mind, this is just the continuation of warbands. Alright, love how this is an outcropping. It reminds me so much, even back in like Riders of Rohan days, people were making comparisons between Rohan and Skyrim, and with Wildermore, it was like they took their like need to make Skyrim-esque content and put it all into Wildermore, and I think they did a fantastic job with it. And this city reminds me a lot of the city with the outcropping that name escapes me because it's been forever since I played Skyrim. Alright. Let's see here. I just remember that's where the Mage's Hall was, because, well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it was a pretty good story. Alright. Let's make our way to talk with the Reeve Garwig. So awesome. This would be so cool in non-Frozen especially. Like, this outcropping with all the river, it is like Gondor-esque. This design. Pretty cool. Alright. Let's talk with Garwig. Nice warm fire. It would make sense that there'd be a ton of fire in this place. Alright.
Where are my warriors? All that remain in my hall are orphans and widows.
Garwig squints at you distrustfully.
Harding sent men to help me, and they were unable to provide any assistance at all. They got themselves eaten or crushed, or lost to the snow, or worse than that. The survivors crawled back to my villages, bringing their rumbling bellies, and broken limbs with them. They are no use to anyone. Where are my warriors? Where are the strong men of Rohan? Dead or gone, or weakened by the cold and by hunger. All that remain in my hall are orphans and widows. They call me the Lord of Widows and Orphans. Did you know that? Me, Garwig, son of Sildgar, Reeve of Wildermore. You cannot face Nurzim, but if you are willing to help, there is no shortage of foes seeking to destroy my people. The Uruk-hai are secretly been bringing supplies near to Forlaw, along the shores of Inchingmere. Defeat them and burn the barrels of supplies they have brought with them. Do this, and you may forestall the end. For a time. Only for a time.
Alright, well, he is just full of joy. I mean, man, out of all the people in Rohan, he is the most joyful out of everyone. He should be given Joy Award for Best Joyful Reeve. Alright, what are you doing, buddy? I guess just guarding... Hey, Glowine! What's going on? Just gonna make my way over here. Alright, well... Looks like we have to defeat Uruk-hai along with destroying the stores, but I think that is not till next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of The Epic Story. I almost said Wildermore there. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you again real soon for another episode of The Epic Story. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button below, and if you'd like to see more of my daily content, feel free to subscribe, and you'll be notified when that new content comes out. And also, if you'd like to help support my channel and help me continue to create high quality videos, feel free to support me on Patreon, and you can get all sorts of great rewards in the process. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another video.